All right, so we just kind of slowed this down for a second to kind of hop back on here, and there we go. Okay, so we were in the meat and potatoes and some stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying, sometimes a lot of that hatred will get you into the gym, which it's like a double-edged sword. I feel like it's awesome because, hey, man, when when you're running on that, there's no end to it. You can go all day. It keeps you going. You think about the gains all day long. You think about hitting the new PRs because you're so angry
Yeah,
because you need a big ass change in your life. The problem is, or the devil in those details are, and it sounds, I don't know how it sounds, but you don't know when that starts consuming you the same way,
yeah,
because eventually that's a lifestyle. Being angry and wanting to be aggressive all the time, that will consume you.
yeah,
And it's tough to kind of think horrible thoughts you've either seen you've had done to you want to do to other people who now you're pissed off at. And it's very difficult to say, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to go to a place where I'm going to hit this crazy deadlift, this crazy squat. But the second that's done, I'm going to be a regular guy who functions in society.
yeah,
So it's like this tough. It's a tough place to be to harness that properly. I didn't. I ended up in for a variety of reasons. Doesn't have to just because of the gym. Some pretty intense therapy for a while there. But part of what I had to learn to do was and try to get even that stuff is like amazing for the gym. Even if it's like your performance, your PED, your anger and your rage,
yeah,
don't let it in at all, man.
yeah.
Just keep it at arm's length. So
Well, it's hard too because I mean I've been divorced with someone that treats me amazing now, and everything's going well, and that really was a big part of it. My past relationship was a really big deal, and I was with her for 15 years. So it's a
not a
little
small amount of time.
it's also a lot harder. I feel like it's harder to get angry at the gym now that I'm actually happy, which is pretty intense.
Yeah, now you're a fully functional, emotionally developed, stable adult. It's hard to go to that well again. The well's not so deep anymore.
It's really
I get
not.
it.
Yeah, yeah, it's intense,
Yeah.
man.
No, no, it is. So yeah, the angry gains are awesome. They come fast, and but that's life. You get through it. You move on. You move on to something else. So, but strongman. So going from the gym, which that was an awesome reason to get into the gym, and then finding out about strongman, just everything just fit like a glove.
Yeah,
You find stuff sometimes like, oh, was this actually made just for me?
yeah, yeah,
Somehow they decided, hey, Jeff needs this cool hobby. We'll just make it for him. And I'm sure other people feel it. Maybe somebody feels that way about violin stamp collecting, but I'm lucky enough that I found the thing that gave me that emotional energy, that gave me that ability to be myself, to meet so many amazing people that has changed my life forever. All through that, this little thing called strongman, which it's more, it's people know what it is. They have a better idea a little bit. Thank you, Brian Shaw. Thank you, some of those people, but it's still a little bit of a niche thing on the level when you go to a small community local strongman contest. I can tell you that.
yeah. It's hard to promote. That's for damn sure.
It's hard to promote, and I would say promoting grip contests is even a little harder. Although I love it, and that's what I'm doing now. Like that's what I'm getting after. I mean, I'll promote some strongman ones too. I have some thoughts on that, but yeah, we're putting together a pretty big grip contest right now, and just getting people to understand. What is that? What is grip exactly? So
Yeah, we got someone up here, Anita Vargo, who is huge into it.
I know who she is.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah, speaking to her this week, sounds awesome. Trying to recruit her to come do the show in Minnesota. Seems like she's on board. I don't know. Time will tell. She seems awesome.
I mean, I think she's retired. She's down for pretty much whatever, man. She did a little, I think, a grip contest up in Seattle at Dungeon Fitness.
Nice.
So
Yep. That very well could have been.
yeah, man, she's a cool lady. She's come to almost all my competitions that I've run so far, and she's just super supportive. And so when
God,
she,
don't you love people like that?
it's
They just
pretty,
want to help the community grow. Like they'll participate and do what they can to keep it moving forward. They're giving back to it.
Well, it's little stuff. Like, I mean, there are like probably like five of those people I've met so far. I've run like six shows, so about five of them so far, and they're like, "Oh no, I'll do all three of those events." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you just pay for the first one, and you can do the other two for free." And he's like, "No, like I want to help. I want to support the community, and like you're the one putting on these awesome shows, and I want to pay for all three of them." And I'm like, "Oh shit, okay."
Well, it's like, do you want to see more of these things? And those people are like, hell yeah, I do. So even if you're not asking for more money, they want to see more of that in the community.
Yeah.
So what can they do? They'll happily pay that, man. That's the best to hear stuff like that. That's still going on like that.
Well, I mean, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I love talking at the same time as other people. Yeah. That's passion.
You're good.
I think it's awesome you promoted 6 because you're no longer that beginner. You're beginning to get a little bit more seasoned about how to run a show, about how to do it more quickly, how to hold the rules meeting. So partway through, people aren't questioning things. So you're getting you're getting into it. That's good.
Well, so this last event I did, I'm not sure how much you know about it or what, but it was Strongman, Highland Games, arm wrestling, and then Boo Hurt, which is like dudes in suits of armor fighting.
Man, a buddy of mine was just telling me about that. I was chatting with him on Instagram. He sent me some links. So that's a real thing.
Yeah.
He's like, check out my training clip. Boing, boing. It's like, what is going on here? I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't know what to say about it. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, so
it's called Boo Her.
Boo Hurt.
Boo Hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, not just the clever name, I guess.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I mean, I ran that show, and there was like there were 4 teams. Each one had like 12 people on it, and they showed up, and there's like a singles tournament and team tournament. And this next one we're doing this next year we're going to give them a full day this time. So they're going to be able to do their 3v3s, their 5v5s, their 10v10s, all their singles duels, and then I'm going to do, for like the second time in United States history, 150 versus 150.
Goo. 100. So 300 people out there.
Oh, yeah. And they're going to be beating the shit out of each other.
Does the venue know that's going to take place?
I am the venue.
So, then they know. They're well aware of it.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what the judges are. I don't know how you score points, but that's super interesting.
Well, really,
I would watch that.
It's almost like sumo. You hit the ground, you're out. That's really the rules.
Really?
So they're like aikido tossing each other or judo throwing each other on the ground, and they just have weapons. Or you'll whack somebody over and knock it, because they have axes and maces and pole arms, which are axes on fucking long ass 2-handed poles. Yeah. But they're just blunted.
In all seriousness, somebody could get hurt though, right? I'm sure it doesn't happen very often, but like the possibility exists.
Well, so last year, someone went up to swing, right? Uh-huh. And as they were reaching up to swing downward, somebody clipped them in the hip and chipped off a piece of their hip bone.
Good God.
Yeah, so we had to call the ambulance and all that shit. I mean, we're insured. Boo Hurt International is the one we run our insurance through for that, and so it's all on the level, right? But it's these guys do get hurt doing this, and it is not a joke.
No, certainly not. So what does that sport have going through it for it? It's very visual. It's got the clanging noise. I'm sure when somebody takes their broadsword and bounces it off, maybe their buddy, I don't know who you fight against, maybe your rival, off his helmet, and he's dazed and everything, like that noise, hearing that auditory response, that must drive people, like the crowd must love that.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing it, you're hearing it, God, you're feeling it maybe.
Well,
that would be so much fun to promote.
The thing is, it got a lot of buzz. But the thing is, I did it. I went up to Seattle and played with the team, and they got me full suited and everything. It doesn't hurt at all. Like, you cannot feel a single thing. And so,
I didn't think you were going to say that.
yeah, you're just getting whacked to shit. And like, the hard part is, first of all, you can't see very well, right? Depending on the mask you got. You can't breathe well because I had a closed mask and just like a slit to see through. And it's like 100 fucking pounds. I'm a
So
big
it is
guy.
heavy, right? That stuff is heavy.
Yeah, it is. It's pure steel, or you can splurge. So it's like two. It's like $2,000 to $5,000 for a suit of armor, or you can go like titanium, which is super light, and it's like $5,000 to $8,000 for a suit of armor.
Somewhere, someone is listening to this in their D&D basement. They're thinking, "Oh, +2 to the material," and they're just getting all into this.
Yeah, man.
This is exactly what it sounds like.
It's funny because when I went up there, I was like, these will just be a bunch of nerds, right? And I found out like their leader, Johnny Porter, is the leader of the Vagabonds, and he is 28-0 in the singles duel. He is the world champion right now at this thing, and his entire family fights. Like his brother is a UFC fighter. This dude,
Yeah,
he pulls his
no way.
fucking thing off, and he is just fucking shredded. Like
There's no way those guys are. There's no way they can be nerds. At least not how I picture nerds. Because if you're saying it's 100 pounds,
yeah,
and it's also so if it's heavy, it's gonna be hot. Because good luck moving around with all that and not sweating, and then you have to hold a long sword or whatever the implement is. Your wrist and forearms, you'd probably be. It'd have to be pretty tough to do it. I'm guessing.
well, so they do start out as nerds for sure, right?
So?
Like the
I
newer
just met
guys.
someone on this podcast is hearing about different armor levels, and they're thinking, "Oh man, if I died tetrahedral dice would be all over this."
Yeah, there's some people, and I mean, again, it's $2,000 to $5,000. You gotta commit if you want to play. So
Yeah.
but they get pretty in shape doing this. You know, I mean, the bouts don't last super long, and the crazy thing is like, I was fucking around with Johnny, and he's the captain. He's amazing, so he's teaching me how to do this, and he's like, okay, swing and punch and do all this stuff, and then out of fucking nowhere, this guy in a full suit of armor kicked me in the head, and
Wait,
I was
what?
yeah,
Kicked you?
he kicked me in the head.
Doesn't
Full
even make
roundhouse
sense.
kick to the head, dude. No, he's sponsored. His entire suit of armor is titanium and free
That's wild.
because he got
Oh,
it
and
from
free?
from an armory that sponsored him. He's a world champion. He was the captain of the team United States at Worlds this year.
This Boo Hurt sport. It's gonna grow then.
Dude,
Everything you're
it's
saying
gonna
about
get
it sounds
huge.
like it. It's going to.
And I mean, everyone I talk to, they're like, okay, I want to watch. You know,
Yeah.
half the people are like, I want to play, but I'm like, well, you got a $5,000 commitment to see if you even like it. But yeah, it's awesome.
Man, I'd love to be on Facebook Marketplace and see the ads when somebody decides it's not for them.
It starts
Somewhat
coming
used
up.
broadsword and large shield.
Yeah,
What was this for? Well, funny you ask. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
yeah. I'm looking for a helmet right now.
No, you're not.
Oh yeah,
Are you really?
I'm so into it. It's crazy, bro. Like if I can get a full suit of armor, I will play.
Man, he's looking for a helmet. That's really cool though. The oddities of the uniqueness of some of these things are pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with somebody who says, "Yeah, I play basketball." Like that's awesome. We kind of know what basketball is.
Yeah.
I want to hear about this stuff that's like, no, what's going on the other side of the country, or maybe my backyard. Maybe that's on me for not knowing much about this.
Yeah.
For all I know, it's going on in Northfield, Minnesota next weekend.
Well,
I mean,
if there's a Ren
sure it's
fair,
not, but
these dudes are usually paid to like go in there and just fight and just so everybody can watch.
yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's how they supplement like their team fees and all that other stuff. I mean, it's like $300 for a team to compete.
Yeah, so that's a real number.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds pretty awesome. The organization probably has a web page, and from there's probably local chapters. I don't know if you'd call them chapters, but there must be some branches everywhere.
It's teams. Like I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, the Vagabonds are up north, and then Barbarians are up north. We got the Death Jesters in Oregon, the Idaho Rat Pack. Like they're everywhere, dude. And the mistake I made last year, So Johnny didn't even come to my show, even though his team sponsored the event. You have to have a sponsoring team, like a home
Oh, okay.
team,
Okay.
um, because it was the same day as nationals for all of Boo Hurt.
Well, you can't blame him then.
Yeah, I was like, shit, because I mean, you promote a show, and there's nothing I can do about the date now. I've put a couple grand into this already,
Correct.
and Boo Hurt was new, and it was really the Strongman Highland Games. I tried powerlifting, but USPA shit the bed on that one.
Sorry to hear that.
But then I switched it over to arm wrestling, and I'm like, there's no conflicting thing for here. And then I got Boo Hurt to agree to do it, and then they told me that afterwards, and I was like, okay, well, that's why it'll be Labor Day this next week or this next year. We're doing Labor Day, and it'll be really cool.
Wait, is that a chart of all the cool things you have going on?
Yeah, yeah. It's
I do. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it should look like, a dry erase board.
Yeah. So I mean, I got all the helpers that are willing to help. These are the prizes I've received: swag bags. I got Martins Lisi's coming to judge for Psychotic Snake Showdown.
He won't remember me, but when some of the Minnesota guys, like a Dave Austin, would go out to Oates Show, the Fit Expo, he and I would help set up some of the events, and it was always kind of interesting because it's like, oh man, look how strong he got in last year. Yeah. It's like, oh man, am I even strong now? You flip the tire back and forth with the guy, and yeah, no, I just remember him being a really nice guy.
He's a sweetheart.
Back then, he well, this was way before he was the world's strongest man and those things, but I'm like, man, this guy might have a future because every year he is getting a lot stronger. One year you go back and say, oh, he's way better than me now.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's what you want. You want everyone to keep pushing the envelope. You want to be the strongest guy in the room.
Well, I do.
You want something to reach for. You want something to go after. You want someone who's going to keep pushing the ceiling of the sport up.
Well, I do want to be the strongest man in the world. Sure, why not? But at the same time, I want someone nipping at my heels, keeping me frosty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's what it's all about. World's strongest man. I was, man, maybe that's the rein me in, feel free. I went to Worlds one year. I feel like it was the best experience ever. It honestly might have been of my life. It was in Malta. For people who don't know where Malta is, it's in the Mediterranean. Yeah. So it's this beautiful 5-star hotel we're at. I went kind of under. Well, it's not the guys. Dave Austin was my training partner. We went to college together. We're in each other's weddings. But he's like, Jeff, come with me. You can maybe get some back access. And then I, at the time, knew Brian Shaw well. He'd come out to Minnesota, hit training. It'd be Kevin Nee, Brian Shaw, Dave. We crushed some events. We did a pizza challenge, some eating contests, things like that. And I remember they're getting ready to do like a truck pull, and Brian's behind the ropes getting ready. He was good then. He wasn't Brian yet, because nobody's their best version when they start.
Yeah.
He's like, here, tug on my belt so I can like warm up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that, Brian, but I don't weigh very much. Like, this is not gonna give you proper resistance. So then we found like another guy to hold it with me. He won't remember any of that, but like for me, it was meaningful in that moment.
Yeah.
And Marius was the guy to beat that year. Everybody like, oh, Marius this, Marius that, yeah. And he was just this walking. He was 50% vein, 50% muscle, 50% tanning oil. It looked like 50% balls. He's just this beast, but. You'd get up in the morning, you'd go to breakfast, and like, oh, there's Phil Pfister, there's this guy, there's everybody else. And it was incredible because the hotel overlooked the Mediterranean. Millionaires are just like parking their yachts and then coming to this hotel. That hotel, on a side note, the elevator would fail multiple times on the trip, and guys would be stuck in there for hours at a time, where you could kind of maybe wiggle out until the elevator decides to work, and you don't want to be that person in between. I was never stuck in there. I'll take the stairs before I put myself in that. Yeah, if you're a huge super guy, you don't want to climb 5 flights of stairs. I get it. So when they run those World's Strongest Man, it's a TV show for sure. Like, oh, we didn't like that walk-in, refilm it. It's like that athlete. The first time I saw this, it's like that athlete is jacked out of his mind right now, and you want him to walk off to the side, reintroduce him because like somebody was loud in the background or it wasn't right. That sucks. I love the contest. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I have a better way to do it, but some of the guys would say, "Yep, this is a TV show." Just remember, it's a TV show. You get to an event and somebody who was supposed to be there wasn't there on time, and it's hot in the Mediterranean, so we're just sitting under this tent. It's like, well, I guess we'll just wait 45 more minutes. Hey, somebody want to throw a freaking towel on the barbell so that black barbell's not 9,000 degrees?
Yeah.
No, we'll just leave it. Oh, sweet. Glad I don't have to go pull on that thing.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it was just such. I forget how I got on this, but just saying like the sport growing, things like that, being around it, meeting the people, seeing strong guys, it was just such a good experience. Like everything about it, and everybody is pretty much nice. And you'd hear an athlete come off, you'd go to his training group, whether he was speaking Finnish, if it was Yanni, Polish, if it was Jarek, Marius, all those different guys. So if you get a chance, if it's ever back in the U.S., I'm sure it will be. Go to it, man.
Oh, man. Fuck it awesome. If it's in the U.S., I'll go wherever. I'd love to see it internationally. I love traveling, and we did Japan this year, but I'd love to go see it wherever it is. Honestly, I want to get to the point where, like, I'm allowed to run one. You know what I mean?
But that can happen. There's no reason why that can't happen.
Yeah.
So keep promoting how you are, and then you set, the bar a little higher, the next year.
Yeah.
And then you meet some people who have a connection, or you get good word of mouth at a venue, or this guy who does Boo Hurt. He's like, I'm one of the best in the world. My guy puts on a pretty kick-ass show. We might want to talk to him about putting in a bid to host Worlds here.
Yeah.
Something like that's how these things happen.
Yeah.
I was to that, and then I was at Eddie Hall ran a team contest one time. So again, we thought we were clever. I went to be the quote unquote kind of coach for Dave and Brian. And the teams were awesome. There's like two strong guys like switching off on the yoke or doing team deadlifts and team log, and we're seeing all the other guys. It's hard to be in the same rhythm. So I was like, all right, fellas, like they're going to give you the official count for your reps, but I'm going to be like, okay, down, guys. Wait 1 second, guys, up. So Dave and Brian are moving like a machine. The proper judge is saying, good rep. But I'm saying, okay, now down. Okay, now up. Just to give them like some focus. Then you see like after the second event, like some other like a contingent of athletes from some other country would try it the same way. But they didn't all know each other as well, so it didn't necessarily work out the same.
Yeah.
God, yeah. So small, quick story there. I took the train over. I was in a different part of Europe. Eddie, who, again, he won't remember any of this, so why would he? I'm a fly on the windshield.
He may. Like you keep giving yourself no credit.
Maybe, but this is what it meant to me and how cool it was. We're texting back and forth. WhatsApp, that's, everybody knows what that is. Not everybody knew about it back then. He's like, all right, mate, when your train comes, like, grab your bag. I'll meet you there. I'm like, how will I find you? He's like, you'll find me. I'm like, okay. He pulls up in a monster truck.
Eddie?
It's a mini monster truck. Now, is it the grave digger? Buy a seat, you only need the edge of it kind of thing in like some huge stadium? No. But it was closer to what looked like a monster truck than like a regular S10, if that's even the name of a truck. I think that's the name of a small truck. Pretty big wheels, pretty big suspension, pretty big everything. And he's just standing by. I'm like, I think I fucking found him. Like, nobody looks like that. Nobody has a vehicle like that. He just called me. He's like, let me get you to your mates. I'm like, okay, thanks, man. And it was cool because I got to be like in the athlete locker room. I had like a minute 40 video on my phone. I've switched like 10 phones since then. I always make sure the iPhone people, the geniuses, get that video on my next phone because it's so cool. Just hearing like the back and forth between everybody, the BS. But I guess my point is, getting some of that behind the scenes access just made me realize that even those guys really at the top, man, they're way better than we are. Maybe you'll get as good as them. You've got aspirations, so I'm not going to be the governor on your aspirations.
Okay.
I'm past where my best stuff was. I think I had a good run at it. I got my lightweight and heavyweight pro card. I did some things, but they're still just like us.
Yeah.
Those top guys were still like, hey, man, come hang out with us. Come be with us. You obviously have a passion for this. Do it. Be here. You can hang. You can get behind the ropes. At Malta, I got to hang out with, like, Bill Kazmaier and had some conversations just about, what do you think of this country? What do you think about this? He told me about the time he was backpacking in South America and lost all this weight and was, like, hallucinating and some other cool stuff.
Shit.
It's like, well, thanks, Bill. You didn't have to tell me that. I mean, we're all waiting for this event to start because so-and-so's late, but yeah, thanks. So just tying that back to what you're saying is like, you could be that guy that's putting these things on and giving that experience to a younger me. I'm old now, so you got to find somebody else to be the younger me. You know what? Do you see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. No,
I'm jumping out both sides of the mouth, jumping all over the place, but this is how grassroots things start. You have an idea. You have a passion. You execute it on a smaller scale. And inside, you say, I know what I would change. I know what the next level looks like.
Yeah.
And then you're on that next level.
Well, the thing you were talking about, these guys, I mean, Martins, I heard he was moving up here.
He's moving up there, isn't he?
Well, I heard he was moving up here from a friend of mine. So I reached out and was like, hey, I heard you're moving up here. That's awesome. When are you going to be up here? He's like, this weekend. You want to help me move? And I was
yes,
like,
I
was like, hell yeah, I will be there. And so he shows up in this big old fucking U-Haul, and I showed up like an hour early, and we just start unloading his shit. Dude comes out, gives me a big old hug for being there. He's huge, by the way. At least to somebody who was 5'8".
He's probably huge for everybody, man.
Yeah, he's a big guy. And then he's like, hey, he starts pulling out paintings, and I'm like, you paint? And he starts showing me these paintings, and my partner's an artist, so a lot of times people say they're artists or they're painters or whatever, right? And it's just kind of like, all right, that's nice. This dude's fucking amazing. He is so good at painting, dude. Have you seen any of his stuff?
He's like an actual artist. No, I like art? Yes, we've got some nice museums around here, but no, I won't pretend to say that I've seen any of his works.
It's fantasy and phenomenal. It was so good. I was immediately impressed. Not to mention, I got to move some stuff around, and I'm like, oh shit! In this box, sticking all the way out, is the world champion trophy. And it's like 2.5 feet tall, like 2.5 feet wide was the globe too. It's just fucking massive. And I'm just like, dude, I'm carrying this. You know, like,
and happy as hell to be doing it.
Yeah, I was stoked. So I mean, we keep going, and eventually, like, the funny thing is, I've been promoting for a couple of years now. So now just these random ass strongmen start showing up, and I'm like, Klaus, Brandon, Brian, like just everyone I know just starts showing
That's
up.
So cool.
And just
that's how it works, though.
Yeah. I mean,
until you've done it. Until you've done it, and you can tell people about it, like, wait, really? You're like, no, this is how it works.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that because it's happening right now. You know, speaking from your point of view. It's wild, though. It's hard to imagine, right? Until you're in the throes of it.
It's crazy because
my friend, you are pretty deep in the throes of it right now.
Right. I'm super excited, man. He's gonna come and guest judge for my next competition now, because he's just a sweet dude and he's down. And he lives like 20 minutes from my house, which is pretty cool. But it's just crazy because I was telling him and Romark, I don't know if you know him, he was over there. He's like his main media guy. He also competes. He's strong as shit. But I was like, strongmen are funny, man. We're just like, do you like picking up big rocks? Me too. We're friends now.
Well, and so that was kind of always the thing with Dave. We like picking up rocks. He has, to this day, a rock course. If anybody complete it, he pays you a couple $1,000s. Nobody's ever done it because it's impossible. But in that same example, the rocks he was picking up were always just a little bigger.
Yeah.
Or putting overhead were just a little bigger. Didn't matter. I'm like, he likes to lift rocks.
Yeah.
So do I. Nobody likes lifting rocks the way we do. We got to find more rock people.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you find yourself at a contest, and all those people there are cool too.
Yeah, it was funny. This last comp I ran, I did all natural implements. So real logs, real rocks. And so I look like a fucking crazy person to everyone else around me. And I'm at the river pulling this 300-pound rock out, this huge rock, and I'm like walking it to my truck, trying to get it over there. Everybody's looking at me like I'm a nutball. But when I get there, I unload all these rocks, and everybody's like, this one's so cool.
But you are a little bit of a nutball, and that's okay, man.
Yeah, I love it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's what makes you you.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So river rocks then. So the rocks you had, we always said, were they river rocks? Were they field stones? Just because sometimes the river rocks were a little rounded. Thank you erosion, thank you water. Is that kind of what you had then? They were more round and oblong. Or?
I had probably like 3 round ones, and the rest were like big, not jagged, but just big rocks. I had one that was 290 pounds, and it was half the size of my 200-pound rock. So I don't know if it was like granite or what, but I
Must
saw
have
it.
been, right?
Well, I saw it and I'm like, that's a beautiful one. I picked it up and I could barely move this damn thing. And I'm like, oh, I'm taking it. And everyone thought it was the rocks were in the wrong spot. And I'm like, no, that's the heavy one. Like, I don't know what it is, but it is fucking heavy.
There's unobtainium in there somehow in the core or something.
Right. Yeah, man. So this next one, we're doing all alcohol based, so tons of kegs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But the one after, man, my buddy's got a 1970s fire truck, pure steel, like 8-ton fire truck, heavy as hell. And so we're gonna be shoving that around. And then I finally,
those are super, 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 super hard, but super, super cool looking. Those old ones. We had the pleasure of doing that one time, and it's the sharpest looking thing I've ever pulled.
Well, it's
hard as hell, but it was awesome.
It's super cool because as a promoter, I'm always looking at like not only like what's going to be fun, what's going to be hard, but like I want you to post this as your profile picture. You know what I mean? Like in pulling a fire truck like that, that's going to do it.
Yeah, or I never got access to one. I always wanted to. You able to get your hands on a fire hydrant and you paint it up nice and red? It's a common objects, implements that are actually super, super heavy, though that people have seen in regular life. Those seem like they do really well in pictures, man. You start throwing that and going to sponsors, like, yeah, man, we're all going to be pressing these fire hydrants. The thing with the huge nuts, the things that they need like 5 guys to hold the water pressure of a fire hydrant. Man, we're not correlating that right, Mr. Sponsor, but yes, that's what I'm talking about, my friend. You know what I mean? Things that people can wrap their head around.
Well, the other thing we're doing is I have a 90s or an 80s hatchback Civic and a 90s Geo Metro. We're flipping them.
Oh, never did that.
Yeah.
The car flip.
Everyone's
now, will you be welding
stoked.
the bars down on them, or are they going to have to find natural places on the car itself?
No, I'm welding a bar. So I'm going to weld a bar on the bottom that they can grab. I'm also going to weld a bar so it won't roll completely over.
You're saving a lot of biceps for your athletes by doing that, not making them randomly open palm. That's the problem, is you try to do some of these open palm things. The Arnold, they used to throw the heavy medicine balls, and so many people were getting bicep injuries, they had to go to something else. So, no, you're right. Putting a bar in there, smart, dude.
Well, so not only are we doing that. No, my buddy does.
Okay.
But there's no engine in the car, so we can flip it. So I need to get these cars. One of them has to be light enough for a 132-pound woman to flip over, right?
Yeah.
So we just emptied it completely, and then we're gonna put bars in the front, like where the motor goes. You're gonna be standing in there, so you can deadlift the entire car.
Very nice.
And where the seats are at, we're putting like stems or whatever, like to load weight. So we can make them heavy, and it's going to be pretty intense. I'm already in line to do nationals for USS, and so it's going to be.
When you say do, you mean host?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So 2027, I think.
You had my interest. Now you've got my attention. Isn't the line something like that, or maybe I effed it up? Maybe it's the other way around.
I'm not sure.
Somebody says something interesting. It's like, oh, I was interested. Now you've got my attention.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's very cool. Next year? 2026?
No, it's like 2028, I think it is. It's like 3 years from now. It's a long line.
Olympic style. Look how far out that is.
Yeah. I'm excited. Well, the good thing is, at first, everybody's like, well, that's super far. I'm like, well, I need implements. I need time to be amazing at this. Because that's 500 athletes. Like, I got to run.
It's like when you want to do something the right way and when you have the vision for it, better a little more than a little less time, but it's not that far away.
It's not.
For what you want to do. It's just not.
Yeah.
Now, will you chop away and get something squared, every 4 or 5 months, hopefully tackle some big part of setting that up properly, whether it's, getting TV there, whether it's getting these kick-ass implements, you chip away at it. But I mean, if it were next year, that's not nearly enough time.
No way. Yeah.
It just wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's super cool. You got that.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
500 athletes?
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a hard time. The thing is, I run 2 of these strongman shows a year. So the plan is to weed out like what would even work for that many athletes. What can I just power through people so that like we're not sitting there for 8 hours doing this. How can I set this up to where it can be one weight class after another, and I don't have to change much. I don't have to have too many hands. I'm really good at getting a bunch of sponsors. I mean, like, just for this show in February, I started last month, and I have around like 26 sponsors for this show. So the plan is to get a ton of sponsors. I want cash prizes. I want normal prizes. I mean, we got stuff given away. Like, this place just sponsored us today. It's called Piss Missile. And they're fucking golf balls. So
that's wild.
Yeah, they're bright yellow golf balls that this guy has created that are super cool, and I guess they go further than normal golf balls.
I mean, it's better than the shit missile or the alternative.
Right.
That sounds interesting. You're touching on something interesting. When you're hosting that high level of a show with 500 athletes, you actually will need to figure out how to keep it moving at a good pace, whether it's 5 events, 100 are on each implement, and then they turn. Whether you're doing some Trump thing, or it's like, hey, I've got a light car for these people, and then a heavier car for that one. You will need to find a way to make it move, because the biggest complaint that people often have isn't from the athletes themselves. These people are finding a way to come to your contest, spend a lot of money, which might be the family vacation for the year.
Yeah.
If you've got a couple kids and you got a spouse and you're going to the other side of the country, it's not as easy as thinking about just yourself.
Yeah.
These people are like, well, what are my other people going to do? They're not going to want to sit there all day long and watch that. So yeah, expediency. Yeah, you'll have to open some stuff up on that. Talk about it later. I've got maybe some ideas, because I'm facing similar, not 500, with throwing enough contests where you look over and you want everybody to have a good time, because you want that athlete to come back. You can't piss off. And now a lot of strong women do stuff. When we always had strong women as part of the things, they weren't well attended back then.
Yeah.
And now they are. So you got to make sure significant others, let's use that word, that they're loving it and into it as well. God dang. You probably don't know what the events are. We got to talk between now and then, man. I'm super interested in what those events are.
Yeah, I'm stoked. And I mean, those cars that we're doing at this next competition, that's going to be a part of it, right? Something super fun that people are going to want to come and do. But at the same time, it needs to be efficient. It's got to be fast. So, and then, like you're saying, so we had 60 athletes at the last Psychotic Strength Showdown, and it was a 3,000 square foot building. And we're running in February. It's freezing here. And we're running 60 athletes, and that means there's probably 200 people in the building. And we got that thing done. We started at 10 o'clock. We ended at 2. And we just... yeah.
How many events?
5.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good.
The amount of help I had, it was the right help. So I had what we're starting to do is have herders. I don't know if you ever use those.
Familiar with the concept of them. We didn't necessarily call them that, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's like someone who just like stands there and like, okay, you and you and you are next, and we're running 3 rows at a time.
Jimmy, you're in the hole, and Todd, you're at, well, 2 Todds in this scenario, but yeah, no, you need people like that. You have some good ones.
Yeah, they're amazing. And they just ran it so well to where like I'm just calling who's up, and then I'm the one. I got the mic. I'm over here just like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Judges are in there. We had 3 rows for most of the competition, and we had. Do you know Inez?
Yeah.
She was.
I don't know her. I know who she is. Let's be clear.
Well, she was one of the judges.
Oh, sweet dude.
So I always end up having like a really cool judge that shows up, and like the other judges were awesome too. It was like Mike Cromer, and then I don't know if you know who Big Bad Santa is, Albie.
Sorry.
Well, so they're bigger names. Mike has just been doing this for fucking ever. He's one of the OG guys. But he's still competing, and he's the USS Washington State chair.
Sweet.
Yeah, but so we just ran the hell out of that show, and it made everybody want to come back. Because I've been to shows where feats of strength. I don't know if you know Munsey, Dean Munsey.
Nope, sorry.
So he's a phenomenal person, an athlete, or he was an athlete, but he ran feats of strength in Prineville, Oregon. Freezing fucking cold, 30 to 40 degrees. We're in what do you call it where they're doing like rodeos and shit?
I know what a rodeo is. I've been to a rodeo.
Well, you know the
I don't know
building it
what.
would be in, right? Like you can see it,
It's
dirt
not a
floors.
corral, even though I want to call it a corral. There's
Yeah.
probably an okay name for it, but
What's
yeah, man, I don't know.
so
I got you.
that's what we're looking at. So about 30, 40 degrees in March, and he didn't cap. It was the first year that we ended up capping became a rule after this show because 200 athletes showed up, and
A
it
lot of
was
people.
yeah, dude. So we were
That's
there
a lot of
for
people.
like 10 hours competing. So it was like you did one event every 2 hours in 40
Yeah, no,
degrees,
then you're cold. Then you're cold. And
freezing.
more importantly, you're mentally cold and you disengage a little bit. Then you got to fire back up, and your nervous system's like, "What are you doing to me?"
Well, and not to
Um,
mention, you had mentioned earlier your significant other. I got my kids and
uh-huh.
my wife with me. They're pissed. They want to go
Brother,
home.
yes, it's something. I'm sure it was a great show.
Oh, it
That's
turned out.
not a knock
Yeah.
on that gentleman.
Oh, not at all.
It's just how it went that day, man.
Yeah.
It just we threw we threw a massive contest here. There's something called Grando Days in Minnesota. It's almost 250,000 people on one street. They're there for about 8 hours. It runs about 9 blocks. And partway through in the medley, the finger snapped in half.
Oh shit.
Half the people went. It's like, well, what are you supposed to do now? You can't weld it back in place. So we said, well, it was a 3-piece medley. I guess do 1 or 2 more flips on the tire. I don't blame the people. Some athletes like, I suck at tire. I would have kicked ass on that finger. And guess what? He would have. The other guy's like, oh, this is great. I don't want to do a stupid finger. I've never tried it. I'll flip this tire all day. But in that moment, you make the best decision you can, and you tell everybody, judge's rule is final. You remember on on the entry form, it says 2 things. Judge's rule is final. It says event subject to change.
Yeah.
Ta-da-da. So sorry, friend, but that's how it is. But getting back to that thing you're throwing, max events, they're just so awesome. Everybody loves the max events. They take so many times because everybody has to ramp up. You say, all right, Johnny, you're up. Johnny's clock hasn't started. He's still back behind the stage getting ready, putting on his elbow sleeves. We don't start the clock till his hands are on the log. It takes so much time. You're almost, although maybe not as fun, a rep event, say, hey, this is the thing. Knock out as many reps as you can. Next, and chop through them. But maxes are cool. But if you're going to get 500 people, sorry, I'm still thinking on that, but 500 people, so many. I just wonder how you. There's a way to do it. There's a way to solve the problem. And that's what will separate a very good show that people remember and talk about from, oh, you weren't at that show? You weren't there? What were you doing that you weren't at that show? And that's the level you want to be on, right?
Well, I've been to a few.
It's easier to engage higher level athletes, different judges, different sponsors, and things like that. So,
so I've been to a few, and I've watched them run it. This one we did in Denver, Colorado. First of all, I could not fucking breathe. That was rough, especially when you start going.
Yeah?
You're
a little heavier guy, I suppose. Huh?
Yeah, I had a hard time, man. I had it was a 950-pound yoke, and I could run it the 50 feet that it wanted. I could get it there. Getting it back was an issue when I was training. I got it 20 feet, and I just was about to I have a heart attack. I could not breathe at all. Everything was buckling. My body wasn't getting the oxygen it needed. Anyways, they ran 11, I think it was 11 lanes at a time.
11 lanes?
11
You know what that
lanes.
means? It means they had 11 super yokes that were matching.
Yeah. It was insane. So, so the yokes, I'm not sure if they ran those ones 5 at a time, but every other event, like whether we had circus dumbbell, we had stone over bar, deadlift, they had 11 lanes for those. So they may have split the yoke up a little bit differently, but everywhere else.
I don't know that one person should have 11 yokes. That's so much. That's just an embarrassment of riches.
Well, if you're in Denver, Colorado, there's a fucking strongman gym every 40 feet, they're all trying to be the next Brian Shaw's gym.
Man, do you know how far we had to travel for shows in the early 2000s? God, how cool that the sport has grown so much, man. That's crazy.
It is pretty awesome. I feel like once people get a hold of strongman, though, they're in it.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's why I'm doing this grip contest too. It's I think grip is in a position that strongman arm wrestling was in 5, 6, 7 years ago. Um, I just think once people squeeze some of these things, I mean, I'm not trying to change the subject and talk
No,
strongman all
please
day. I'm not
do.
necessarily trying to segue into that, but so yeah, strongman background. Strongman's the coolest thing, but I also like grip. Back in the day, I mentioned Dave and I screwed on with grippers. Certified on the Iron Mine #3, bent the red nail, all those fun things. But recently, the body just doesn't want me to do some of those things, so I'm getting back to grip, things that I can still participate in. So, kind of going all in on this. Not so different, which I'm learning on the fly from what you're doing. You want to hold a world-class event. Guess what? You're gonna.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen in 2028. So I'm holding the 2026 North American GSI Grip Sport. Well, the North Americans. Only happens every two years, every 4 years. It's in the U.S. So I rented out the Mall of America.
Wow.
The whole thing, though, the Rotunda, which isn't free. At first, it didn't seem like they really wanted to touch it, and that's the problem. Is you talk about strongman, you talk about grip, people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, grip? Like, what's that? It's like, yeah, what is that? What am I talking about here? But the thing I like about grip is, man, everybody has hands.
Yeah.
Everybody. And I know this for a fact. I challenge anybody who's going to listen to this podcast to disagree. Use my mom as an example. She's in her 60s. I shit you not. A couple weeks ago, she lives in the house here in St. Paul. You have the radiators. You have to twist the key to open it up so the hot water comes in, warms up the place. She's like, I'm so mad my hands aren't strong enough. They just get weaker every year. I'm like, that's a 60-some-year-old lady who's talking about this. She had sons, but between the three of us did over 100 strongman contests. I promoted around 25 of them. We did all this stuff for her. Never once was she like, I mean, I could probably super yoke that. I could Conan's wheel that if I really had to. No, she didn't. She told us not to do it. She's like, you're going to break your back. You're going to break your back. She's only partially right. But, man, hands, I mean, everybody has them. Whether you're a little kid and you're like, my grandpa had the firmest handshake.
Yeah.
Wow. So whether it's that or whether it's, somebody can't open, a pickle jar nail polish thing. So, yeah, we're just going to rock it out at the Mall of America. That's day 2. Day 1, we have gyms up here. I don't think there's any out by you. Los Campeones. My friend Ben Lair, he's been franchising them, his gym. They've got them in Arizona. They've got them in different parts of the country. Like the best gym in town. In fact, that's their tag. Their tag is the best gym in town, and he'll sponsor anything you do. If it's going to help the strength community, he will do whatever he can, go out of his way to help you. And that's what I love about him. But, yeah, I'm calling this contest the Super Bowl of Grip because, 1, I think it's catchy. And 2, that's what I want people to think of it of. People have to qualify and come. I'm hoping to get 50 or 60 people. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to rock it out. You know what the inch dumbbells are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got the circumference that's way thicker. We've got a variety of those weighing from 110. We'll have some that go well past the Thomas inch weight. Some of these guys are just freaks. So you and I, me in the past, you currently, we're like really strong at certain stuff.
Right.
But some of these things they can do with their hands, like, don't make sense. Like cleaning and jerking the Thomas inch dumbbell with one hand.
Yeah.
And some of the guys coming to this can actually do that. And the thing I like about grip, if I see you coming down the street, I know you probably work out. I know you're probably pretty strong. That's awesome. Good for you. Some of these people are like, oh, I'm just an electrician. I'm just a 140-pound guy. It's like, and you can do these things? You're world class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the pool of talent is, not that anybody can't do strongman, but like the pool of talent, like, I think has more possibilities. And my goal is, what I'm trying to do, and what I will do, is by getting this at the Mall of America, where they say the annual attendance. I live 15 minutes from there. I go there all the time. I go there too much with my kids. There's an amusement park in the middle of the mall. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Ferris wheels, roller coasters. I'm going to jam this sport of grip right in there. They expect in the summer on a Sunday somewhere between 90 and 100,000 people to be there, which means you will walk by this. And I want to get people thinking, and hopefully it takes them over to Strongman at some point. It's like, what are those guys doing? We'll have a couple booths where you can try some things, a dynometer, something you put in your hand. You probably seen it. You squeeze it. It says how strong your hands are. But if you want to grow something, you have to do it a little different. It kicks ass that they're a grip contest at the Arnold and the Olympia. Keep doing them. That's awesome. I like seeing them. I'm just trying a little different angle by getting it in front of the public, where Joe Bag of Potato Chips has no idea what this is, but he's like, oh, that's a thing? I could maybe compete in this. I might not be the strongest or in the best shape. And they're going to try squeezing some of these hand grippers or these other things. And I'm betting that they're going to be hooked.
Yeah.
And that we're going to grow the sport that way. I want all forms of fitness to pick up a head of steam. I think we're all ready for that. Everybody wants to be in better shape. You're talking about dropping some lbs. So am I. The wife's pregnant. Any day now, maybe as we speak, she's going to come down and tell me we're going to the hospital. And she's already saying, how do I lose weight after? How do I get more fit? Generic response, you don't need to be perfect as you are. But if you want to, let's do some stuff.
Right.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they can put on all that weight, go through all that pain, and then be left having to lose weight if they want. But the point just is, I want to get everybody involved in fitness at some kind of higher level.
Right.
That's just what I want, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, luckily, I found a sponsor. He goes by Minnesota, Grant Thompson. He's just a beast. He's done strong. He's done a 340 axle.
Oh wow.
He can walk the inch farmers. He's a nice guy. He put up almost, I don't know if I should say it exactly, almost 5 digits of money towards this thing to make it a go. So he's going to be the title sponsor of it. We're building a nice following. We're using the YouTube channel to demonstrate some of these events. Do you know what blob is?
Yeah.
Shaw talks about them all the time. You know what a blob is, you son of a gun, you blob lifting freak.
That's one of the,
everybody.
I coach, right? So like, that's one of the things that my clients learn when we're teaching grip is we don't have blobs ourselves. So I make them grab the bottom of a kettlebell.
That's fine. Make them do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like anything we can do to kind of get that squeeze, that hold that you have to do with that blob is so beneficial.
It is. So usually we consider that kind of an open hand event where it gets a lot of the fingers and play into it, where some of the other ones aren't as much. But my point is, you're having people you train do that.
Yeah. Because
it matters.
Yeah.
Even as you get older, you need a good grip just to do some basic daily stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to be great at Atlas stones into your. Well, I hope you're always good at Atlas stones, but into your 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
But it'll suck if you can't open that jar. That's going to be miserable. Mom can't turn on her radiators now. I'll go over and do it. I live super close to Mom. It's a pleasure. But that's the thing. So what we're doing, we're demonstrating some of these events. So before I go ask Mr. Business Owner, you need to give me $500. Sponsorship comes down to 2 things, I think. 1, do I want your money more than you want to keep it? Not because I'm selfish, but because of what I believe in.
Yeah.
And 2, can I make a convincing pitch of why that money in the register is better over here for your business? So we're using the channel to demonstrate. Because nobody knows what blobs are. But if I show him, he's oh, that's interesting. I thought these were barbells. It's dumbbells. Like, no, these are way different. This is a unique visual thing. Albeit Griff's not quite as visual as Strongman. But we'll put the platforms on you, man. We're going to put your logo on these things.
Yeah.
We're at the Mall of America. Do you want 100,000 people walking by there? I'm not asking a lot. I mean, I might be. I haven't pitched everybody yet. I want to come up with X amount of money, but it's not going to me.
Yeah.
I fronted the money for these things, so I'd like to be made whole, but we're up to 3,000 prize money. It will go up from there. I can guarantee it. That's the one thing that we always pride, Dave and I, because Dave will probably be there that day. He helped me at my last grip contest, but we always pride ourselves on having some prize money. It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Traveling. I thought, because I'm putting this on, Mall of America is great because if you are that family who's like, well, the husband, the wife, whoever was going to be competing, they really want to go, that's a lot of money. But come to the mall because there's something for the kiddies. Yeah. There's an underwater, under the place, there's an aquarium with sharks you can pet and do all these things. There's an amusement park we always kind of talk about. The top floor, there's everything you could want. So hopefully, if you're making that financial commitment to come to this, we can give something back to you. I don't know. We're gonna try it, doing it in the public venue. And if it doesn't work, hey, you tried it. Now you know.
You know who you should reach out to? Grenade Grips.
No, tell me. Who?
Grenade Grips.
So they're on the list.
Okay, good. I have his number if you need that.
We will take that off if you don't mind. Knowing that this contest, so it's June 13th, June 14th, come St. Paul, Minnesota. Because even if you don't qualify, you're going to want to see this. We still have a couple things up our sleeves, but now that we have the title sponsor, we're going to look for the individual event sponsors. Then we're going to look for T-shirts. You want to throw something in the goodie bag. I want people to come to my state, which I'm very proud of, even though it's cold, even though it's flyover country, even though it's the best place to be in October. Halloween as it is, the weather, the leaves, pumpkin patches. But I want people to come here and have a good time so that they want to engage. Maybe they come and say, oh, it was fun watching that grip thing, but, I still think I like the idea of powerlifting more. I still think I want to get my daughter into swimming and gymnastics. Awesome. It was great to meet you. Thank you for coming out. Man, if all of us like-minded people like you and I, if we support each other, doesn't even have to be compensation money ways, the thing will keep taking off. People care about these things. Just not a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of businesses know what they are or know why they should care about it.
Right.
And if they can start seeing this, we'll have some, I don't want to say everything, but we'll have some TV spots, the day of, the week before, some different things, some radio spots, hopefully. Maybe they'll say, oh, this does make sense. That kid is wearing my shirt that says, I can't think of a great company now. I think a lot of good companies, but I don't know if I should say it. It's on the shirt. Look at that. Everybody looks happy. Everybody in the background looks happy. We did something at the Minnesota State Fair before. It went over well. The problem was I started a business, and it was hard to put time and effort into other things. But I'm rambling, but that's how I know that I'm onto something or that the energy's there.
Yeah.
Is because one sentence isn't really a sentence. It's a paragraph, which is a story. And I think if people like you keep doing what you're doing in your neck of the woods,
I appreciate that.
Keep doing what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
There's people all over doing things like this. It's primed. This thing's going to keep getting bigger, keep getting happier. I don't know, man.
I mean, it's cool. I just feel like everyone, not a lot of people even follow their passion at all. Not to mention their passion is super cool, right? So, like, this is worth sharing with everybody. It's motivating. It gets you healthy. I mean, it could be unhealthy, sure, but so can everything, right?
Yeah, we touched on that, but
yeah,
but so can everything. Moderation, kids, moderation.
Absolutely. I mean, it's interesting that I had a discussion with some people recently that are going to help with this the Warrior Expo. So not this show that's coming up, the one after, the big one with Boo Hurt and all that other stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm hoping to get around like 2,000-3,000 people there. And they're like, oh, we were kind of trying to help you get around like 15,000. And I'm like, okay, like, let's do that. What is your ideas? And they pitched me some ideas to where I'm like, we could do that. Like, let's go. Like you and I, let's work together and make this even bigger. So, I mean, right now, the way things look for that show, and again, it's almost a year away, but we're looking at getting probably around at least 5,000. And that's to somebody's farm.
Cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's sweet.
That's going to be cool. And then if we can get it around 15 to 20,000, which is what we're looking at, that's like the goal, right? But we got to get everything in line. Then that's going to be amazing. And this is going to be an expo. And I want it to get to the point where, like, it is like an Arnold's or something of that nature, where everybody on the planet's just like, I want to go there. I've had a couple international athletes just be like, when this gets a little bigger, I'll fly in, and because, I mean, I've met them here and there or competed against them or whatever, and they're like, if you're running it, I'm in, but it's
now think
also...
about what you just said. With what they said to you, in your mind, that bar was just whatever X was, now it's X plus this. The bar has now been raised, risen, whatever it's been. It's now higher, but you can reach that.
Yeah.
That's giving you something to shoot for. So when that fifth sponsor said no, and I mean it this time, sir, I'll check with you next week. Or, okay, sir, you're not into this pitch. I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you happen to know who that neighbor across the street is? I'm sure they'd like, you know what I mean? It gives you that little juice. I've got a couple buddies, God bless them. Every time I have a minor update, that feels like a home run to me, because when you're promoting something, everything minor is like 10 times bigger, right?
Right.
Oh, guess what just happened? X, Y, and Z just happened. Aren't you happy? Yes. I mean, Jeff, I am happy, but this thing's way far away. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. You're not eat, sleep, breathing, dying, hopefully not dying, like this thing nonstop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. No, I get it.
I just had that discussion with my partner, Lily, and I was like, you know how like when I'm not doing well, when I'm depressed and not feeling great or whatever, I just want to sleep and I just want to like just not do anything. I don't even want to go to the gym. And I'm like, I'm happy when I can't sleep. I don't want to sleep. I want to get shit done. I want to like make these things I'm working on happen. And it's invigorating. It's also I'm finally with someone who's extremely supportive and just doing everything she can to help. Like,
Kind of self-sustaining too, because the good energy that you're bringing to it is bringing in rewards. Like your promotional efforts sound like they're going well, and that's renewing that juice in you to kind of keep the thing going. It's like
yeah.
once you have the spark, it's just the system will just keep running.
Well, every time we put up a new sponsor, I'm just like, yes. Like, and they're like, we'll put stickers in the bags. I'm like, good enough. Right? Like,
Yeah, that'll
whatever.
work.
Yeah. It cost them like $20, $30 or whatever, plus shipping to get it over here. It was free for us. And it's just basically marketing for them. But who doesn't like those, like, bags when you come in as an athlete? That it has a shirt, it's got an energy drink, it's got some pre workout, it's got some cool stickers, Like, I want
And
to.
after the contest, when everything's said and done, and you have the energy, you write them the hand note and a thank you card. You drop it in the mail, and you tell them what a good experience was and why it was a good experience, and then they sponsor you next time. So then the sponsorship calls are so much easier, and you can spend your time looking for the new sponsors.
Yeah.
Once you have a sponsor, if you do a good job, you're not going to lose the sponsor. I mean, they might go out of business. It might be tougher.
Right.
Maybe they can send half the stickers they sent before. But by and large, people like doing stuff like this with us. They really do.
They do.
You take a little time after to let them know they're important because they are. I don't write the thank you card because I have to, because I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I hope we partner up again.
Well, it's funny
Then you
because
can really build that book of business.
well, we get sponsors where I have some sponsors that are like, "When's your next one?" I'm already in. I'm in.
There
Cerberus.
you go.
He's sponsored. I know Ken Nowicki. I don't know if you know who he is. But
I've heard the name. I won't pretend to know.
well, he's Scottish, but he basically runs Cerberus for the USA. And I used to. He had a gym, and when he was at his gym, he had like 40 people come to his gym ever, right? And I was one of the people who lived there. Like that was part of my training, and we became. It's not like we were even close, like we're going out to dinner or whatever, but I supported him when he really needed it, and I was there in a tiny ass garage gym, just paying him to be there, right? Because I thought he was cool and he was doing cool shit, and now he's sponsored every one of my events, and Cerberus is a big deal.
That's so cool. But I bet those were some sick garage gym gains you got. I know it.
Oh yeah.
The gains you get in those garage gyms, holy shit.
Yeah, he was,
Yeah,
and he was really cool. And anytime he was around, I mean, I was working out at like 4 in the morning, and he'd still come in around like 6 or 7 or whatever to work out or just be there or whatever he was doing. And any questions I had, answers all day. Sweetheart of a dude, just there to help. He was a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been on this for a while. Sorry about that.
Well, it's kind of a. I mean, yeah, right. It's at some point the lights go off. I get it, but I mean, it really was a pleasure. I still have like so many questions, and I'm not even. Well, I feel slightly vested in it now. I'm not even vested in some of your upcoming contests, but it's like, I wonder if he thought this. Okay, he's a smart guy. He thought about this. Here's something we used to do, and it didn't work. God, hey, don't do this, because trust me, we tried it, didn't work. Just like all those things are just, yeah. No, I get it. At some point, you just got to say, hey, chat another time.
Well, I mean, just I write notes constantly, right? So you wrote in, you had said the handwritten notes to the sponsors. I mean, I do that to every client, every lender, every person I meet in real estate. I'm writing handwritten notes.
Oh, I forgot you're a real estate guy too.
Right. So I do that there.
More sense now.
And then you just said write it to the sponsors, and I'm like, all I thought was like, what a prick. I haven't written a single thank you letter to these sponsors, and they've been here for years.
They were still happy to sponsor.
I mean, they're still sweet. They're super great, but how wonderful would it be for me to do that? And that is something I'm going to incorporate. Like, we've been talking for like an hour, and I already have ideas that I want to put in, So I think us collaborating and just even having some extra conversation would be a good idea.
And I feel the same way. I'd say this, if it's okay. I don't mean it to be a plug, but yeah, I just want to say one thing about the grip contest.
Plug it. Do it.
Just throwing it out there. 2026 North
Okay.
American GSI Grip Championship. We're trying to do it big. It's going to be in St. Paul, Minnesota, Mall of America. We're going to be at this crazy gym. It'll be an experience worth coming for. Um, I can't say enough about it. I'm just excited about it.
Okay. Well,
I'll just leave it at that. If people
let's
want more information,
let's do this. I want you to send me. Do you have like a poster or any of that shit digital you can send over?
yeah, we've got some of that. Putting finishing touches on it. It'll be ready next week.
Okay. Well, as soon as it's ready, you shoot it over. I'll blast it all over my page and do it what
I
I
appreciate
can
it.
to get everybody there.
Yeah, man. Let's stay in contact. I kind of want to make a trip out west now. The wife's 100% Dominican. We just got her up here. We just got all the papers. It's been a lot of work. She wants to see the whole part of the country. Like, hey, here's the thing. Have you ever been to the Northwest? I know she hasn't. So, thanks for everything.
Yeah, of course.
This was juice. This was getting things going. This is keeping it going. This is grassroots.
Right, man. I loved it, man. You're a smart dude, and I appreciate your time, dude.
I used to be a strong dude. Now I'm just a bald dude.
Hey, you're a strong, bald dude. All right.
There you go. Thank you, Tyler.
Of course, man. Thank you. So yeah, this is Tyler Toby Townsend, and
Jeff Peterson.
thank you, bud. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.